So the court says, the game, we tired of your shenanigans. From now on, we're going to have the people that pay you to directly pay the victim. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then.
I run across concert floors. They run DMC when they kick to the door. My Yeezys, I even wear it for war, even in the project hall.
BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Yeah. So apparently, the game. Wait, is it the game or is it the game or is it the game? Anyway, the game is now, for everybody that don't know, having its royalties seized until $7 million assault judgment is paid off. Okay, I know a whole bunch of people was like, yo, what the heck are y'all talking about? When did this happen? Okay, so before I even go into the whole seizure of his royalties, let's just get a couple of things clear for those that don't know why Game was sued and why he lost this lawsuit. Okay, I think in like 2015 or 16, I could be incorrect about the exact year, but basically the game was a part of this like reality show. So in the reality show, the victim, or we're gonna say the victim now because the judgment is actually against him and she won. The victim said that she was told by the game, or by somebody, I'm assuming it was the game, that even though they were not going to be recorded or filmed, there was an obligation for them to go out on a date together. I mean, I'm like, I don't know if this is exactly what happened, but what? How do you even just believe that? Like, with no proof? Anyway, that's not neither here nor there. So she goes out. I'm laughing at shit. So she goes out on the date with the game. And she says, while they were out on the date with the game got inebriated. He had a lot to drink. And at one point or another, he decided to slip his hand under her dress and touch her private parts. And she's saying that this is caused her some stress. She's now, she's dealing with a lot. So upon this, she ends up taking the game to court. The game ends up losing, and he ends up paying out $7 million, or you have to pay out $7.5 million. Now, before we go any further, I want to say something. Look, this is why a lot of these celebrities, or a lot of people that have a lot of money and they get accused of stuff, they just throw like $300,000 at people, $100,000 here, $200,000 there, even when they're not necessarily in the wrong. They're like, look, man, I don't want to have to deal with this. I'm telling you what happens. They're like, man, they talk to their lawyer. Their lawyer's like, well, it's gonna be your word against theirs. And then they think about it and they be like, well, you know what? I don't even want to go that far. The money that we were gonna go throw at the strippers for the next month, give that to them. You understand what I'm saying? I'm laughing. But if they never went to court and the game would have decided to give her like $250,000, she probably would have took it. You understand what I'm saying? There's a good chance that she would have took $250,000. Anyway, so now we up to the present date. And the game had no way of maneuvering his way around this one. It says, shout out to Hot Hip Hop News, hot new hip hop news.com. Shout out to those guys. And Aaron A specifically for this article. Anyway, so the game had no way, the game had no way of maneuvering his way around this one. The rapper been trying to avoid paying Priscilla Rainey after she won a $7 million judgment in her sexual assault case against him. Earlier this year, she asked the judge to grant her a motion to seize his royalties until the entire judgment is paid off. Reports in June stated the judge stopped Rainey from directly collecting the rapper's income to pay off the lawsuit, but it seems like the judge is now granted Rainey's motion. Now, you have to understand this, okay? So, people, for whatever the reason is, they feel like even though they lose lawsuits, they don't have to pay. Like, you can keep people tied up, an individual tied up in court for a long time and, not pay a judgment that the courts make. But it seems as recent, the judges in these cases, the courts in these cases are going to very far extents using the law to make sure that these things are paid off. If you want to know an example real quick of somebody that got a judgment against them and that they had to pay something and they're taking it like an absolute joke, like they're never gonna have to pay it and they don't care because they like, yo, screw you. That's the situation with 50 Cent. Baby, should we start calling him 50? Pay me my money by Monday, Cent. I better have my money by Monday. Could that start being 50 Cent's new middle name? Anyway, regarding 50 Cent, and I can't even remember the homegirl's name that is supposed to be paying her money. Shout out to her though. So she took that as an absolute game, and the judge actually called her back in the quarter for whatever the situation is, and they're gonna probably go to extents to make sure that she pay off the judgment. As far as that is concerned, it wasn't really a judgment against her. What happened was she has to now pay, I think, half of what 50 Cent had to pay in order to defend the lawsuit that she proposed against him after it was thrown out of court because it was found to be frivolous or whatever the case is. Anyway, back to this. So it goes on to say that the Blast actually reported that the judge gave Priscilla Rainey the green light to seize the rapper's music royalties until $7.5 million he owes her is paid off. This includes any money that also comes in from his record label as well. Any and all rights, titles, and interests of the defendant from the following company in the form of, among other things, commissions, royalties, contract receivables, deferred compensation, income, everything. Let's just say everything. This is a long list, yo. Anything that any company is supposed to pay him, with the exception of, I guess, a grant or I don't know, a bonus. Those are the only two things I don't see. And these companies are going to pay it because they don't want to get caught up in this mess anyway. And they got to pay it out anyway, so they don't care who they pay it to. You know what I'm saying? The company don't care. The company like, look, we going to have to pay this money anyway. We got to give it to you. Where your hand at? Hold it out. You understand what I'm saying? With the judge's new ruling, the game will have to pay Rainey directly until she receives all of her money. If he fails to obey the order, the judge warned him that he could be found in contempt of court. Look, this is 100%, I'm telling you, why these guys or these women or whoever, somebody gets ready to sue them, or somebody is has a complaint against them and they're ready to go to civil court, and these people just decide, yo, look, the money that I was gonna pay for the strip club this month, why don't I don't know if that's really what they're saying, but we're just gonna throw a couple of $100,000 at them because if we lose in court, we're gonna get smacked in the face with our bags. That's a fact. You feel me? So the game probably should have taken this a little bit more seriously than he did. I'm just saying whatever, but that is what I'm saying. But he probably should have took this a little bit more seriously. This is something that probably could have been settled out of court. But 9 times out of 10, a lot of times these artists and these celebrities, they don't want it to be known that they paid money off for something because people are going to immediately assume that they were guilty instead of just, I just don't want to have to go through the shenanigans. You understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes these people really, these celebrities or whoever, they really do just pay off things because they don't want to have to go through the BS. They don't want to have to deal with it. If the game took that exact same position right here, he could be paid. He could have just paid out a couple of $100,000 rather than 7.5 million or 4 million or whatever the hell it is. Right now she's somewhere partying. She popping champagne. She got all of her hot girls with her at the pool. They doing stuff. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just saying they're celebrating them. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Anyway, so let me know what y'all guys think about this. Drop it down in the comment section. Also, do y'all think the game should have just tried to throw it like $250,000, $500,000? At this point, $500,000 is a steal. Do y'all think the game should have just tried to throw some money at the problem? And also, I want to know, what do y'all think about these artists that decide to throw money at the problem rather than going to court and having to deal with the shenanigans? I'm curious. What do y'all think about this? All right, so leave it down in the comments. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. #BronxBombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.